Hi, everyone. Donna here with Bookkeeping Made Simple. This is the show where we talk about anything to do with business and how to help you in your business, how to help you grow, how to make sure that you're in compliance. The special focus is on things like accounting, bookkeeping, payroll, and tax, because that is what I do in my business. And generally, though, I talk about anything I can come up with or anything that comes across my desk that I think is going to be useful to you as a business owner, so that you have the information you need to run your business effectively. So with that, I'm going to jump into the Corporate Transparency Act, and what this means for you. And believe it or not, I just found out about this. I've talked to a couple of other accountants and a couple of CPAs, and this was passed in 2021, and the accounting industry is just really now, I mean, AICPA may know something about it, the PCAOB may know a little bit more about it, but it's really just now starting to be pushed out to a lot of accountants. So I found out about it from my husband and his brother talking to me about it. I started to do a little bit of research, finally got some things crossing my desk so that I could share them with you. So it's really kind of a frustrating thing. What it is, the idea behind it, and I personally think this is an idiotic idea, but I'm not in Congress and I didn't pass the law. I just have to make sure that my clients are in compliance with it. It was enacted in 2021. It's called the Corporate Transparency Act, or CTA. And really what it is a way for the government to keep closer tabs on very small businesses. There are over 27 million small businesses that are termed non-employer firms. In other words, they're side gigs. They're just the owner, solopreneurs. There are no employees. It is maybe the owner and their spouse, or it's a single person just trying to keep their nose above water. So, yeah, it was mostly ignored by a lot of accounting professionals. Like I said, this is the first I myself have heard about it. I just found out about it a couple of months ago. I've been doing some research to try to figure out really what is involved in this. And I will probably come back and revisit this subject several times. This goes into effect January 1st, 2024. So it is intended to improve business activity transparency. Now, again, they're targeting really solopreneurs, micro enterprises, side gigs, gig workers. What they are identifying are corporations, both C Corp and S Corp, LLPs, or limited liability partnership, LLCs, limited liability corporations. And a lot of those really are one, maybe two people. And they are both foreign and domestic companies that are doing business in the United States need to file this information. So they typically include, like I said, LLCs, limited liability, limited partnerships, business trusts, most limited partnerships, where entities are generally created by a filing with the Secretary of State, or in Utah, we call it the Department of Commerce or Department of Corporations. And what they're looking for is information on what they call the beneficial owners. A beneficial owner is someone who exercises substantial control over a reporting entity or a reporting company. So if you own the company, you're the only owner, you exercise substantial control, right? Or you own at least 25% of ownership interest in a reporting company. So this kind of, for myself, this hits me two different places. One, I own Bookkeeping Made Simple in its entirety. So for that reason, I have to file. I'm also a 50% partner in another business, and so I have to declare that too. Now, so what has to happen is that all of this information about beneficial owners has to be reported to FinCEN. In other words, that's the let me stop and think what FinCEN is. It is a well, let me actually look it up. FinCEN. It is the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, FinCEN. So they're claiming that this is to help with money laundering, with just making sure everything is on the up and up. I've already told you what my thoughts are on it, so I will keep my mouth shut further, and I'm just going to stick to the facts. So any company or partnership that you file with your Secretary of State, Department of Corporations, or whatever department in your state government that is over commerce and corporations. Like I said, some states call it Secretary of State. Utah calls it the Department of Corporations. It's going to kind of depend, but if you file your business entity with the state, you will be affected by this. And it specifically is limited liability partnerships, limited liability limited partnerships, limited liability corporations, business trucks, just about any partnership if it's created by filing with the state. There are exemptions. So if you're a securities issuer, you're exempt. Domestic governmental authorities, so your local municipal government is going to be exempt. The state government is going to be exempt. Banks are going to be exempt. But most small business owners are going to be affected by this. You are almost certainly, if you're watching this channel because you're looking for help with your business, you're going to be affected by it. I'm very sorry to tell you this. They are looking for, you're going to love this. You have to report to FinCEN, or the Financial Crimes Enforcement Division, your name, your date of birth, address, your unique identifier, your social security number, or your ITIN, and a photo of that document. You can file it directly to FinCEN if you choose. They're going to require, it's called a BOI report, or beneficial ownership interest. It can only be the individual who directly files the document that creates the entity, or the document that first registers the entity to do business in the United States. Like I said, this is still, it goes into effect January 1st, and we're still working on how to do this. And by we, I mean the entire accounting industry. We're still trying to figure this out. So I'm starting to see a lot of things cross my desk about it, and not all of them are useful. So they want the company to file a report with FinCEN that lists every single person who either has substantial control over an operating entity or a reporting entity, or owns or controls at least 25% of the ownership interests of a reporting entity. And again, like I said, it's gonna affect most small business owners. I'm going to be doing more videos on this as it comes up, because we are still trying to get this all figured out as an accounting industry. So it's not just me. If you are in existence on or before January 1st, 2024, in other words, if you're in business now, you will need to file your initial reports within 1 year. So if you are in existence right now, you will need to file your initial reports by January or December 31st of 2024. We do not want to wait that long. Okay, that's something that we want to get on top of and stay on top of. If you create a company after January 1st, 2024, you will have 30 days after receiving notice of your creation. So FinCEN is proposing to extend that initial filing deadline from 30 days to 90 days, but that hasn't been finalized yet. And that is for entities created or registered in 2024. Again, this is it's not a new law, but it's newly going into effect. And then anytime an ownership change occurs, whether it's through the sale of a business, merger, acquisition, or death, you have 30 days to amend that or to file an updated report. If you do not comply, you can be fined up to $500 per day to a maximum amount of $10,000. So it's critical to stay compliant with this. And this is a service that we will be offering to our clients. So we're in the middle of working on exactly how we're going to approach this as a firm. But really, honestly, for most firms, I'm really kind of baffled because if it's a solopreneur that just happens to be registered as an LLC, they should have all of this information on your Schedule C on your individual tax return. Same thing with partnerships. They should already have this information because you file a partnership return with your name, social security number, date of birth, and all of that stuff. And then you file that on your individual return. So I'm really confused about why they think they need this particular law. I just feel like this is redundant. I really do think this is redundant. Most of the small businesses that are going to be affected like this are going to be reporting their business and their business activities on Schedule C. A few will report it on a K-1. But in either case, the government should already have all this information. But they claim that they're trying to reduce money laundering and financial crimes, which, there you go. So again, this law goes into effect January 1st, 2024, and you have 1 year from January 1st to submit this report. If you need help submitting this report, or if you would like us to do it for you, I'm spending quite a bit of time, especially as we're coming into the end of the year, researching this, making sure that I, as the business owner, know what is going to be required, and preparing to offer this to all of our clients. So feel free to reach out with any questions. I don't have all the answers yet, but I am working on it. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and end the show. I just don't like this law. I just don't. I just feel like it's punitive to small business, and small businesses already have enough on their plates without adding more. And like I said, this should already be on the tax returns, but it now has to be reported to FinCEN as well. So if you have any questions about this, please feel free to comment. You can email me questions at donna@mysimplebookkeeping.com. I'm looking to make sure that I know what they're asking for. I just need to know when we can start filing these things and how soon they want it. I'm sure they want it sooner rather than later, because like I said, there's over 28 million small businesses that are going to need to file these. So again, it's just now being implemented. It's not quite as confusing as the Venmo 1099 issue, but it's still kind of up there. And again, I would rather stay in compliance than have to deal with a major fine. So if you have any questions, would like to know how to be compliant, if you need help getting these reports filed, please reach out to us. And I'm more than happy to help you. This is a really good time to start talking about it as we are discussing tax returns for the end of the year. That's probably when I would want to file all of this for my clients. And with that, I'll go ahead and end, and I'll talk to you again very soon.